welcome to my channel. And today's scary story is called The Flowers That Never Die. This is one of those creepypasta stories that stuck with me for a while now. So let me set the scene. You're in a town, right? And this town has an old abandoned cemetery, but deep in the woods, hidden from the rest of the world, there's one grave where fresh flowers keep appearing. Now, these aren't just any flowers. They're roses, specifically red roses. And locals say that every morning the rose bushes near the grave are filled with the most beautiful roses you've ever seen. The petals are a deep, rich red, almost black, and they smell like cinnamon and cloves. And even in the dead of winter, they never wither or freeze. But here's the thing. No one knows why they're there. The cemetery was abandoned over 100 years ago, and the grave is at least 200 years old. There's no living person who could be tending to it, which leads some people to believe that the roses are growing on their own. Like the grave itself is alive and somehow using its last bit of energy to keep itself decorated. There are other stories too, about how sometimes when the fog is thick, you can see a woman in Victorian nightgown standing by the grave, placing roses on it and then vanishing into the mist. People have started calling her the Rose Woman, and some say that she only appears to those who are about to die. It's almost like she's the Grim Reaper, coming to collect their soul. And here's where things get really creepy. Because apparently the legend goes that the person buried in that grave made a deal with the devil. They promised their soul to him, but in exchange, he would keep them from dying and mark their grave with eternal flowers that would never die. So they would always be a reminder of the person who betrayed the devil, who went back on their word and tried to steal his power for themselves. So yeah, if you ever come across a grave with flowers that never die, be careful. You never know what kind of deal that person made, and you definitely don't want to be the one to break it. Because according to legend, the roses will eventually stop blooming, and when that happens, it means that the person whose grave they're remarking has died and their soul is free to roam the earth. And if you're the one who touched those roses, knowing that they might bloom for you next, well then you're gonna have a very bad time. So thanks for listening, and I'll catch you next time.